Welcome back to That Time When, continuing this supernova theme on the show. That's purely by accident, what happened in the scheduling. Today, Tori Higginson. I sat down with her back in 2015, I think it was, to chat about Stargate Atlantis and more.
Taking you back through the library of Trek Zone on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. That Time When.
TrekZone.org interviews Supernova in Brisbane with Tori Higginson. Welcome to Australia. Is this your first time?
No, I've been to Australia a bunch of times. You guys love sci-fi. It's awesome. My first time here was almost 10 years ago, and I think we did Sydney and Brisbane. And since in the last 10 years, I've been to Melbourne a few times and Sydney and Adelaide just last week. Yeah, I love it here.
So you obviously were Dr. Elizabeth Weir on Stargate Atlantis.
One of them.
The follow-up, yes. The follow-up to SG-1. Now you did do 3 episodes in the SG-1 franchise. And I always ask Stargate actors and actresses, what was it like working with the 3 greatest names in television?
The 3 greatest names in television.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Oh, look at you.
We're still waiting for his appearance on the website.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he'll next time he comes through, I'm sure he'll do it. I love him. He's a very irreverent and warm earthling. I like him very much. But I was very nervous, and I actually hadn't watched a lot of SG-1, but I knew him from MacGyver. So our first scenes together, I was kind of nervous and shy around him. I'll get it.
Phone's going off in the media room, but that's okay. That's okay.
So I was really nervous in front of him, but he's just adorable and just wonderful, and he's very, very cheeky. And I always tell this story about how, because I was brought up in Britain, and well, not brought up in Britain, but my parents are British, and I had a lot of that influence. I use the word bugger in a way that Americans don't use the word bugger.
Yes, yep.
And I was nervous, and I dropped a line, and I was so embarrassed, and I went, "Oh, bugger me," and he didn't miss a beat. He grabbed me, threw me against the wall, looked at the camera, said, "Still rolling?" My face was so red for like a week. I'm like, oh my God, that was embarrassing. But he's very lovely.
And then, so you moved from Richard Dean Anderson to working with John Shepherd on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. Joe Flanagan. Wow. Yes, that just happened. That just happened.
It's the convention mentality, right? There's just these lights and so many people. I forget I actually yesterday was signing an autograph, and I said, "What's your name?" And they said, "Ben." I said, I wrote, "To Tori." I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, so I get it.
So yes.
You're forgiven.
And so every day, almost every day for the first 3 years, what was that like? Was he better than Richard Dean Anderson?
Are you asking me? It sounds like it's like who was better? I don't kiss and tell. If I was lucky enough to kiss either of them, I still wouldn't tell. Yeah, no, they're very, very different energies, very different people, and they're both lovely and just. Yeah, but I was sort of more in awe of Richard Dean because I had known his career beforehand, whereas Joe I just met on the show, and also because I didn't work with him on a daily basis. So, you get that sort of casual thing that happens when you're working on a daily basis.
Was it a great vibe on set? On Atlantis?
Yeah, usually, but I always say it's like it does become family. I mean, you work together so much, and you're working such hours that you don't have much of a social life outside of the working. So like a family, right? There's days that it's awesome. There's days that you want to wring their necks. You're like, oh my God, really? You're doing that? But I loved it, and that's what I miss the most. I mean, other than the paycheck, when the jobs are over, I really miss playing that character, which is something I don't usually feel in the few series that I've done. I've done 3 series. And the first 2, when I left them, I didn't miss the character. I missed the people. But this one, I missed the people and I missed the character. So I thought that was a testament to the character that they created, which was nice.
You got demoted in the 4th season and disappeared in the 5th.
Was that so humbling? Did it suck?
Did it suck? Yeah, let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah, did it suck? Of course, it always sucks. I mean, it's funny in hindsight because when they offered me the show, I was at a time in my career where I didn't want a series. I'd already done 2 series, and I wanted to expand, and I wanted to do, different things. I was sort of new to LA too, and I thought, oh no, maybe I can get into movies, is what everybody wants to do.
Are you watching us on YouTube? Click the link in the description to catch this interview in full now. Maybe you're listening to us on your favourite podcast app. Then beam over to our official watch page and click the link there. Keep up to date with Twitter. Catch new podcasts daily on YouTube. Plus, we're beaming to your favourite podcast app 5 days a week. Just search for Trek Zone and subscribe.